Hi, one and all present here. And this is Surya, working as an assistant professor in Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. And today we are going to see about the forensic accounting along with the American court system. Okay. And today we are saying the American court system is a legal structure in the United States that hears the decides the cases in forensic accounting. This system is important because it is a fraud cases, financial crimes, and disputes of the financial evidence prepared by the forensic accounting. And the American court system is in forensic accounting, and this we are going to explain about the forensic accounting, how it connects accounting investigations and the law. But the forensic accounting do not works along with this, and they're mainly used inside the courts. To understand the rules, we have the for American court system works and structures of the American court system. Just it's two main system is going on: federal courts and the state courts. The state courts that handles most cases, that is fraud in the companies, embezzlement, so the contract disputes, divorce, and the divorce assistance and the business evaluation cases. Okay, and next thing, the three levels of the state courts. First one is trial courts, and second one is appellate courts, and the third one is state prime supreme courts. And the federal courts, it follows the federal laws, financial trials, tax evasions, and the securities frauds and money laundering. And here the federal courts have three levels: district courts, circuit courts, U.S. Supreme Courts. And here the rule, how the its introduction, it's going on along with the American court federal system. It is a U.S. Supreme Court. It plays a vital role in the disputes ensuring the constitutional fairness. And this also have a federal government forming on pillar of the American democracy. And here I am going to say about the court system, how the forensic accounting helps the court. Examining the financial records, detecting the fraud, calculating the losses, and explaining the complex numbers. How it is court is along with the legal suspensions. And key role. I have played a key role in forensic accounting for this. An expert witness we needed, what are that? Are expansion financial evidence. And the lawyer want to answer properly. And litigation supports help the lawyer to prepare the cases, analyze the documents, and finance the hidden transactions. And damage assessment, how the financial loss has been handled and used in the civil cases. And here the evidence in the court rules. We have three evidences, that is forensic evidence is following on: relevant, reliable, and verifiable. The U.S. courts and the unexpected testimony used in the Debord standard. The Debord standard, it is a method of significantly valid and widely accepted and cannot be tested. And here finally we can go along with the Christian versions, influenced by the English common law traditions, and the court operates in 1776 and 1789 with the British legal structure, and most possibly it is an independent. And artificials of the confederations is created by no national jurisdictions. Okay, the judicial inconsistency leads to the need of uniform federal court system. This is a history and versions of this American court system. Okay. And next thing, we are going with the futures. It's nothing but the federal plus the state. It's combined together to form an independency. So finally we have a structure. First thing, trial. Second thing, appellate. And third thing, Supreme Court. Okay. And finally we have a process, how the processing is going on. Two opposing parties present argument before the neutral judge and jury. And citizens participate in decision making through jury service. And finally, we have a process production, that is ensure the fairness, rights, and lawful procedure. Okay. And some of the topics are following here: the federal versus the state, and structural federal courts, and the criminal and civil cases, and judges, juries, and appeal process, and Supreme Court constitutional rights. And here we are using the juries and the surgeon. A person sues as a company is located in another with a dollar of 1 lakh, because the parties forms a diversity church and case here in the US court. And finally, the outcomes becomes the main circuit courts and appeals. And while the courts do not have a literacy and such algorithm, the concepts can be used using the analogy. Start from the first item and finally one by one, and it goes to the target and allow the step by step throughout the course process. And the trial courts will search errors and fairness. And here the real life example. Here the real life example, we use the safeguard rights for the defendants, victims, and society, and handles the lawsuits involving the contracts, property, and family laws. Here it comes under the issues. What are the issues we are handling? The protects freedoms like speech, religion, and equality. And finally, we regulates with the corporate disputes and the taxations. and the Supreme Court follows influence national laws on the social issues. And we have the civil and cases and criminal cases, business disputes, stakeholders problems, and the criminals, it is a tax evasions, money laundering. Okay, why the court is mattering to the forensic accounting, the court procedures, legal language, evidence. So it comes under the conclusions that American court law plays a major role in forensic accounting to how evidence is presented, tested, and accepted, supports the courts and protect the justice, help and favors financial truth. And here, along with this, I have a mind map, and this is mind map at what I said is federal courts and the state courts. It comes under the court as appeal districts and the state's SCPs. The trial courts, it goes with the due process and the rights, and this comes under the civil and criminal cases. And I have given the fun activity using the puzzles, and some of the puzzles has been given for you and for your reference. And thank you all, and have given the reference video also. And the tomorrow's instruction is steps in the civil litigation. The steps in litigation is United States follows a unique resolve the fairly efficiencies. Along with the efficiency, we want to go along the plaintiff claims. Following the plaintiff claims, we want to respond both the sides along with exchange information and gather evidence. So thank you all.